Alright, so today, basically, what's gonna happen is I'm finna show you how to, I don't know, really just movement with zip lines. Because zip lines are, the most usable thing in this game. They're awesome. Legit. Watch this. Like, look. Zip line jump, square X, whatever you want to call it. It's so easy and fun. And good. Alright, so I guess we're gonna get into it then. First is just the ladder, well, not ladder, my bad. Zipline jump, it's pretty simple, just jump square X or just square X, or just, if you're playing on PC, I don't know what it would be like. E scroll wheel, or E spacebar. Just whatever you have your binds to. It's easy, simple. And then there's this one, which is, I guess, the same thing. It's just horizontal instead of vertical. So, like this. Oh, my bad. Wrong. Bad example. Is the zipline jump, horizontal zipline jump. Pretty straightforward, same thing pretty much. So now is where I want to get into a little bit more complicated, but not that complicated stuff, like zipline strafing, which is quite easy, honestly. So I'm gonna go to this tower to demonstrate this, because it's the easiest here, really. But basically, zipline strafing is just left-right movement on a horizontal zipline, and it's really easy. You just go like this with the flow, left, right, and if you get good no momentum, it's really easy. You might want to throw in some zigzags here and there, just make it harder for you to hit, really. Now I'm gonna get on to what I would consider pretty complicated. I don't know a lot of people that can do this, and I don't know really anyone that has done this on console. I know that Asu did this, and this was his signature zipline move or whatever, and he's of course the king of movement. But if you look at this, you see I have my FOV on 110. I just changed this. I love it. But this I like to call vertical. I don't even know what you would want to call it. It doesn't really have a name, but I like to call it horizontal or vertical zipline strafing. And you basically just go like this all the way up, and it's almost impossible for someone to hit you. It's hard, ridiculously hard. And that's probably my favorite zipline move right there. I love doing that. It's not only is it fun, but it's impossible for someone to hit you. Well, not impossible, but they have to get really lucky. I like to do it like this, where you go in circles and just kind of keep it on the edge. But if you want to, which I'm not very good at this, so I'm not going to do a very good demonstration, you can do 180s, which is harder but probably more effective. And that's, I would consider, the most complicated one on this list. And then if you want to, you can throw in here and there, you can throw in some drop downs, and then more jumps in, and you can jump off, jump back on, jump off, jump on, jump off, turn around, 360 vertical. I don't even know what you want to do with it. Just try something, because even if you do it the way I told you, no one's gonna hit you. So if you want to, just for style or something, just throw some 360s here and there, or some 180s. The 180 is the hardest way to do it. The circle is probably the easiest way. The way that I like doing it is the circle, because it's easy. But it's not only is it very effective, it's pretty much just as fast as a normal vertical zip line, and you're harder to hit, way harder to hit. So it's up to you the way you want to do it. It's not that hard though. It's pretty easy, and that really pretty much concludes my tips for zip lines, because I'm not very good at zip lines. I'm horrible at zip lines. But that's pretty much my zipline video, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else to put in here. You should know, like, really how to zipline balance and stuff like this. Like, it's not hard. And especially the circles, or the 180 or whatever you want to do with this, you have to practice this because it's hard. You have to make sure that you can get it every time. Because what I like to do is I like to practice it on this zip line right here in firing range, because, well, for one, I'm pretty sure there's no more vertical zip lines, but that doesn't really matter. You can create one if you want to, but the thing is, this one has no walls or anything to catch you like you normally would in a match, so you get more practice in, and it's harder, so you can practice it even more. So you'll be better at it when you get into a game. Because in game you will most likely have walls on the edge, because you're probably, the only time you're going to use this is in a building. And you're just going to want to have to be smart with it. You go like this, and you just do a bunch of circles all the way up, and they're not going to be able to hit you, almost guaranteed. Someone has to get very lucky to hit you while doing that. However, it is pretty hard to learn at first. So, like I said, I recommend using the zipline, because even though it's harder, you will be better at it because of the walls, because the walls will be able to catch you, but this zipline won't, because it has no walls. It's just air around it. And that should conclude my zipline video now, because there's not really much else you can do on ziplines that I know of. But like I said, I'm not very good on ziplines. But I'll see you on the next video. I've been making a lot of Apex videos lately, but the last one I did on movement had around like 20 views or something like that, 16 or 20, I don't know, something like that. So I decided to make another Apex video. And I really just like making these videos too, because these are actually fun for me. I get to teach people what I do in the games. It's unlike Siege, where I just show gameplay, because Siege is much harder to get kills, or just much harder to get wins or anything else in. Well, I wouldn't say much harder to get wins, but it is way harder to get, like, to not get killed and stuff like that. And it's probably harder to get like aces and stuff in high kill games, because in Apex you can drop a 20 bomb pretty much without having to sweat that hard, and otherwise, like, a 20 bomb on Siege, you'd be like the best player in the game. But on Apex, that's like a quarter of the lobby. Like, you can do better than 20. Like, yeah, you want that 20 kill badge, but just practice these zipline tips, and the next time you go on a zipline, use them. If you're getting shot at, or just whatever, if you want to have fun in a zipline during a game. And they're not hard at all, really. None of these are hard, except for this is probably the hardest one, the vertical circles, or the vertical 180. And the reason this is so hard is because of the fact that you either have to do a full 180, or that you have to stick it perfectly on the edges every time you jump like this. Every time you do that little jump right there, you have to stick it perfectly on the circles. And when you get used to it, really, it's not that hard. You'll still occasionally mess up, but, like, no one's perfect. But it's not that hard after you practice for a while. I think I've practiced this for like 15 minutes, and I'm pretty good at it. Well, not like 15 minutes, but like 15 minutes a day, and I'm pretty good at it, I would consider, at least. I can't do it perfectly 100% of the time. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, really. But just practice all of these, especially this one, because this is the one you're going to have to practice the most. But that concludes my Ziplines video. Hope y'all have a good day, and please consider subscribing.